Good day, everyone. I am Ronel Tilabastida, and I am tasked to discuss one of the topics in statistics, the measures of central location. Let us first look into the importance of measures of position or central location. Measures of position location give us a way to see where a certain data point or value falls in a sample or distribution. A measure can tell us whether a value is about the average or whether it's unusually high or low. Measures of position are used for quantitative data that falls on some numerical scale. Sometimes, measures can be applied to ordinal variables, those variables that have an order like first, second, until 50th. These are important measures which divide the distribution into parts or subgroups. These measures are also important in looking at the position of an individual in a group. This may be also used in categorizing data, for instance, quartiles for 4 categories, deciles for 10 or 5 categories, percentiles for any desired number of categories. Let us have the first measure of central location, which is the percentiles. Percentiles are used to divide the distribution into 100 parts, while deciles divide the distribution into 10 subgroups. And another one is the quartiles that divide the distribution into 4 subgroups. So let us remember that in percentile, it divides the distribution into 100, a decile into 10, and quartiles into 4. So in statistics, we have the two types of data, the n group and the group data. So in computing the measures of central location, we will also use the n-group data and the group data. So let us have first the n-group data. These are the formulas for computing the quartiles for n-group data. In the first quartile, n divide by 4, and in the second quartile, 2n divide by 4, and in the third quartile, 3n divide by 4, where n is the sample size. To better understand how quartiles work, let us use this example. The following is a list of scores resulting from a statistics and probability examination administered to 25 students. So 25 is the sample size, and we are going to find the first quartile, second quartile, and third quartile. This is the group of scores. So kung mapapansin nyo po, hindi naka-arrange yung scores. Walang arrangement yung scores. In solving for the quartiles, what we need to do is, first, we need to arrange the score from the lowest to the highest. And let us always make sure that our scores or our data is arranged from lowest to the highest. So ito po yung data natin kanina, and ito na po yung result ng na-arrange na po natin. So after that, we can now use the formula given previously. Ito po yung quartile 1, n divide 4 is equal to 25 divide 4 is equal to 6.25 or 6 and 25 hundredths. Ang 6.25 is i-round off po natin, kaya siya magiging 6. So ibig sabihin, ang first quartile is the 6th observation in the arrangement of scores. So kung titingnan natin sa arrangement ng scores, ang pang 6th po is 81. Therefore, the quartile 1 is equal to 81. Let's proceed with quartile 2. So, ang formula ng pagkuha ng quartile 2 is equal to 2n divide 4. So, 2 multiplied by 25, which is the sample size, divide 4 is equal to 12.5. And 12.5, round off natin, magiging 13 po siya since 5 ang kasunod. And ang quartile 2 po is the 13th observation. So titingnan natin dito sa arrangement ng scores, ang pang 13 po is 83. Therefore, the second quartile is equal to 83. Next po is the third quartile. Third quartile, ang formula is 3n divide 4. 3 times 25, which is the sample size, then divide 4 is equal to 18.75. 18.75, pag ni-round off po natin into whole number, magiging 19 po siya. Kaya ang quartile 3 natin or third quartile natin is nasa 19th observation in the arrangement of scores. So, ibig sabihin, ang position niya is nasa pang 19. So, titingnan natin dito sa scores. Ang pang 19 po is 87. Therefore, the quartile 3 is equal to 87. Next po is the deciles for ungrouped data. So, may pagkakahawig po ang pag-compute ng quartile, deciles, and percentile. So, decile or d sub k is equal to k multiplied by n divide 10. So, where d is equal to the decile and k is equal to from 1 to 9. And n is equal to the sample size. So, let us try this formula in solving for the deciles. So, we are going to use again the same data or the same score, but we are going to find the decile 3, decile 5, and decile 8. So, ang sample size natin is 25 pa din po. In computing for the decile, the same with the quartile, we need to arrange the score from the lowest to the highest. So, since the same ang score natin, so ito ngayon ang magiging kalabasan ng arranged na scores po natin. Let us compute for decile 3. Kn divide 10 is equal to 3 times 25 divide 10 is equal to 7.5. So, ibig sabihin, i-round up natin yung 7.5 magiging 8. So, ang pang-decile 3 natin is the 8th observation in the arrangement of scores, which is 81. So, ito po yon. Ang pang-8 po is 81. Therefore, decile 3 is equal to 81. Decile 5 is equal to Kn divide 10, 5 times 25 divide 10, 12.5, round off, magiging 13 po. So, decile 5 is equal to the 13th observation. Tingnan natin dito sa scores, ang pang 13th observation po is 83, therefore the decile 5 is equal to 83. Decile 8 is equal to Kn divide 10, so 8 times 25 divide 10 is equal to 20. So, 20th observation is equal to 87. So, d sub 8 or decile 8 is equal to 87. Since, kung titingnan natin sa score, ang pang 20 is 87. Next is the percentiles for ungrouped data. So, p sub k is equal to kn divide 100 as the constant. Constant po yung 100 sa formula ng percentile. So, where p is the percentile, k is from 1 to 9, and n is equal to the sample size. So, we are going to use again this problem, this situation po with 25 students as the sample size in finding the percentile 50, percentile 66, and percentile 98. The same solution po, ang gagawin natin is again, we are going to arrange. So, kailangan naka-arrange po ang data or ang scores in computing for the percentile, decile, and quartile of the ungrouped data. So, percentile 50 is equal to Kn divide 100. So, 50 times 25 divide 100 is equal to 12.5. Round off po natin yung 12.5 is equal to 13. So, ang percentile 50 natin is the 13th observation. So, tingnan natin dito, ang 13th observation is 83. Therefore, percentile 50 is equal to 83. Next po is the percentile 66 is equal to Kn divide 100. 100. So 66 times 25 divide 100 is equal to 16.5. Round off po natin yung 16.5, magiging 17. Therefore, percentile 66 is the 17th observation in the scores or the arrangement of scores. Tingnan natin dito sa scores, ang pang 17 is 85, kaya percentile 66 is equal to 85. Percentile 98 is equal to Kn divide 100 is equal to 98 times 25 divide 100 is equal to 24.5. Round off po natin, magiging 25. So therefore, the percentile 98 is equal to 25th. The 25th observation in the arrangement of scores. So tingnan natin, sa arrangement ng scores, ang pang 25th is 97. Kaya po, percentile 98 is equal to 97. The next type of data in computing or solving for the measures of central location is the group data. So let us have the group data. Quartiles for group data. Quartiles are score points which divide the distribution into 4 equal parts. 25% fall below the first quartile and 50% are below the second quartile, and the scoring 75% is less than the third quartile. This is the formula for quartiles for group data. So we have the quartile 1, quartile 2, and quartile 3. So in the quartile 1, L is the lower limit plus the quantity of 1n divide 4 minus cumulative frequency divide the frequency and multiply by the interval. So in quartile 2, lower limit plus 2n divide 4 minus the cumulative frequency divide the frequency and multiply by the interval. In the quartile 3, lower limit plus 3n divide 4 minus cumulative frequency divide frequency multiply by the interval. So where the quartile Q sub k is the quartile and L is the lower limit, N is the sample size, and F is the cumulative frequency, and F is the frequency where the lower limit is located. So later I will be presenting in the example a frequency distribution where we can find this lower limit, sample size, cumulative frequency, and the frequency. So let us use this example. Example number 1, find the first, second, and third quartiles of the frequency distribution of the scores of 50 students in a history class. Divide them into 4 equal subgroups. So ang tawag po dito ng nasa baba is tinatawag natin itong frequency distribution. So ito siya, ito yung scores, tinatawag din natin itong class size, ito yung frequency, ito din yung cumulative frequency. Dito po sa frequency, the lowercase f, ibig po sabihin nito, ang 15 to 19, ibig sabihin may 4 students na nag-scores ranging 15 to 19, may 5 students na 20 to 24, may 12 students na 25 to 29, and may 10 students na 30 to 34, and so on po. Ang cumulative frequency naman is ina-add siya pataas, minsan din ina-add pababa. So ito siya is greater than, cumulative frequency greater than, pataas po siya. 4, as is po yung 4 plus 5 is 9, 9 plus 12 is 21, 21 plus 10 is 31, 31 plus 11 is 42, and 42 plus 6 is 48, and 48 plus 2 is 50. Ito po siya yung lower limit. Ipapakita ko din po maya kung paano to nakuha yung lower limit. And this one is the number of samples, 50 po siya. Ang interval po is andito sa 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 5 po ang interval. So let's proceed to the computation. So ito po yung problem na present ko kanina. So in computing for the quartile 1, kailangan natin i-consider ito siya, itong part na naka-circle. Kasi siya ang magiging basehan sa paghanap natin ng lower limit. So una, solve muna natin siya. 1n divide 4 is 50 divide 4 is equal to 12.5. So titingnan natin dito sa scores. Kung saan or sa cumulative frequency kung saan nagpo-fall ang 12.5. So hindi siya sa 9. Andito siya sa 21. So ibig sabihin, since sa 21 siya nagpo-fall, ang pipiliin natin na class size is yung naka-align sa 21. So ano yung naka-align sa 21? Ito yung 25 to 29 na score. And then, ang pagkuha ng lower limit is ang pinakamababa, minus lang po tayo ng 0.5. So, 24.5. Kaya siya, 24.5 ang lower limit ng quartile 1. Or, paano siya nakukuha? Ito siyang pinakababa na 24 plus 25 is 49. Divide 2, kaya po siya 24.5. Ang pagkuha naman po ng frequency is kung ano yung frequency ng class size na pinili natin or ang kinuna natin ng lower limit. So, ang 25 to 29, kaya 12 po yung frequency na gagamitin natin. And sa pagkuha ng cumulative frequency is ang nasa baba ng class size na pinili natin. So, ito po yung line ng class size na pinili natin. So, ang nasa baba na cumulative frequency, 1 down, kaya 9. So, let us use it in the example or in the quartile 1 rather. So lower limit natin is 24.5. Ito po yon. So paano nakuha yung lower limit na 24.5? Kung gusto natin madali yung class size, ang pinakamababa sa class size, 25 minus 0.5, so 24.5. Pwede din at 24 plus 25 is 49, divide by 2 is 24.5. Yung 12.5 is, ito po yon, yung score, na, yung value nito, yun yung 12.5. And then, yung 9 minus 9 is the cumulative frequency. Ano nga yung pagkuha ng cumulative frequency? Kailangan po ang nasa baba ng class size na pinili natin. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung line ng class size. So, kukuha tayo ng cumulative frequency sa baba. Lower than this, the value of this one. Dapat yung lower ng value nito. So, yan po kaya 9. And yung 12 is the frequency ng class size na to. So, kaya siya 12. So, 24.5 plus 3.5 divide 12 multiply by 5. 24.5 plus 17.5 divide 12 is equal to 24.5 plus 1.46. So, ang quartile 1 po natin is 25.96. Proceed po tayo sa quartile 2. So sa quartile 2, compute muna natin tong value ng nasa circle. 2 times 50 divide 4 is 100 divide 4 is equal to 25. So saan nagpo-fall ang 25? Nandito siya sa 31. So ang kukunin natin is ang 30 to 34. 30 minus 0.5 is 29.5 or 29 plus 30 is 59, divide 2 is 29.5. So, 29.5 yung lower limit natin. And then, yung cumulative frequency, ito yung 31, ang sa baba niya is 21, kaya po 21 yung cumulative frequency. Ang frequency natin is, ang frequency ng 30 to 34 is 10, kaya po 10 yung value natin dito. So, 29.5 plus 4 divide 10, multiply by 5. So, 29.5 plus 20 over 10 is equal to 29.5 plus 2. So, 31.5. Next po is quartile 3. So, sa quartile 3, papalitan lang po natin to ng 3. So, 150 divide 4 is 37.5. Kung titingnan natin dito, ang 37.5 is nasa 42. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung gagamitin natin na class size. 35 to 39. 35 minus 0.5 is 34.5 or 34 plus 35 divide 2 is 34.5. Kaya ang lower limit natin is 34.5. So ang cumulative frequency natin is ang mababa sa 42, so 31. Ang frequency natin is 11. Ito po siya ang frequency ng 35 to 39. Kaya 11 po. So equals 34.5 plus 6.5 divide 11 multiply by 5. So 34.5 plus 32.5 divide 11 is equal to 34.5 plus 2.95 is equal to 37.45, which is the quartile 3. Since the task is to divide the distribution into 4 subgroups, ito na po ngayon yung groups niya. Group A, B, C, D, quartile 3, 37 to 49, quartile 2 is 32 to 36, and quartile 1 is 26 to 31, and lowest score is 15 to 25. So students with the lowest scores of 15 to 25 will be categorized under letter D. From 26 to 31, Group C. From 32 to 36, Group B. From 37 to the highest score of 49 is the Group A. Next po, let's proceed with deciles for group data. Deciles are used to divide the distribution into 10 equal parts. These are denoted by D sub 1, D sub 2, D sub 3, up to D sub 9. The computation is similar to the median and quartiles. These are the formulas for group data. Kung mapapansin nyo po, ang formula ng quartiles at saka deciles, magkaparehas lang po siya. Iba lang yung divisor niya. Kanina 4, ngayon 10. So sample, D sub 1 is equal to the lower limit plus n divide 10 minus cumulative frequency divide frequency multiply by the interval. So ito po yung general na formula niya. So ang pinapalitan lang, pag decile 2, lalagyan natin ng 2 instead of 1. Decile 5, 5 din ang gagamitin natin. Decile 9, 9 din ang gagamitin. Yung D sub k is the deciles from 1 to 3 until 9. And then L is the lower limit. N is the sample size. Uppercase F is the cumulative frequency. Lowercase f is the frequency where the lower limit is located, and I is the interval. Deciles for group data. So ito po yung example. The same po kanina sa history class. The same po din ng frequency distribution na present natin kanina. So this is the problem. Let us solve for decile 1. Decile 1 is equal to the lower limit plus 1n divide 10 minus the cumulative frequency divide the frequency and multiply by interval. So ang una natin is hanapin muna tong value na naka-circle. So 1 times 50 divide 10 is equal to 5. Saan nagpo-fall ang 5? So nasa 9. Nasa 9 po ang 5. Kaya ito yung magiging lower limit po natin, o ito yung magiging class size na pipiliin natin for lower limit. So ang lower limit niya is 20 minus 0.5 is equal to 19.5, or 19 plus 20 is 39 divide 2 is 19.5. Kaya po 19.5 dito. And then yung cumulative frequency is the frequency na mababa sa lower limit. Ito po yung 4. Kaya po 4 dito. And then yung frequency dito is 5. So 19.5 plus 1 over 5, or 1 divide 5 multiplied by 5, which is the interval. 19.5 plus 5 divide 5, 19.5 plus 1 is equal to 20.5. Kaya po ang D sub 1 is equal to 20.5. Decile 5, kaparehas lang po. Iba lang yung fifth decile po to. So gagamitin natin dito is 5n instead of n. So 5 times 50 divide 10 is equal to 250 divide 10. 50 divide 10 is 25. So saan nagpo-fall yung 25? So andito po siya sa 31. So kaya ang pipiliin natin na lower limit is andito 30 minus 0.5 is 29.5, or 29 plus 30 is 59 divide 2 is 29.5. Kaya siya 29.5 po. And then ito yung cumulative frequency, since nasa 31 siya, so baba tayo ng isa, ito yung 21. And then yung 10 is the frequency. Ito yung frequency ng lower limit na pinili natin. 29.5 plus 4 divide 10 times 5. So 29.5, naging 20 siya kasi 4 times 5 divide 10. So 29.5 plus 2 is 31.5. Therefore, decile 5 is equal to 31.5. Next po is decile 9. 9n divide 10. So 9 times 50 divide 10 is equal to 450 divide 10. 45 po siya. So yung 45 andito sa 48, kaya ito yung pipili natin. 40 minus 0.5, 39.5. Kaya 39.5 po dito. 42 kasi andito sa 48 yung lower limit natin, baba tayo ng isa, 42 po. And then yung frequency na ginamit natin is yung 6 since ito yung frequency ng lower limit, kung saan yung lower limit. So 39.5 plus 15 over 6 or 15 divided 6 is equal to 39.5 plus 2.5. This of 9 is equal to 42. Next po is the percentiles for group data. Percentiles are the 99 score points which divide the distribution into 100 equal parts. So dinidivide niya yung distribution into 100 equal parts. The same po, halos magkakaparehas lang. Ang pagkakaiba niya lang is ang divisor niya dito is 100 po. So ito yung general formula ng percentile. P sub k is equal to the lower limit plus the quantity of k multiplied by n divide 100 minus cumulative frequency divide frequency and multiply by I, which is the interval. So yung P sub k, percentiles, L, lower limit, N, sample size, F, cumulative frequency, lowercase f, frequency where the lower limit is located, and I is the interval. So ito po yung formulas na gagamitin natin. For example, if we are going to look into the percentile 20. So percentile 20 po to. So una, titingnan muna natin kung asan yung ano yung value nitong naka-circle. 20 times 50 is 1,000 divide 100 is equal to 10. So hanapin natin yung kung saan nagpo-fall yung 10. Hindi siya sa 9, so andito siya sa 21. Since nasa 21, ang gagamitin natin na lower limit is 25 to 29. So 25 minus 0.5 is 24.5. Kaya po 24.5 ang gamit natin dito. And then yung 9 is nasa baba ng cumulative frequency na nasa baba ng lower limit. So andito yung 9. And then ito yung 12 is the frequency ng kung saan na-locate yung lower limit. Nandito yon 12. So 24.5 plus 1 over 12 multiply by 5. 24.5 plus 5 over 12 or 5 divide 12. 24.5 plus 0.41. Percentile 20 is equal to 24.91. Next po is percentile 50. So yung percentile 50, quartile 2 and decile 5 is magkakaparehas lang po sila ng value. So percentile 50 is equal to 50 times 50 divide 100, 2,500 divide 100 is equal to 25. So ang 25 is nandito sa 31, kaya ito yung lower limit po natin, yung 31. So 30 to 34, so 30 minus 0.5 is 29.5 po. Or 29 plus 30 divide 2 is 29.5. Kaya 29.5 yung lower limit natin. And then ito yung 21 is kung saan yung lower limit mababa, baba ng isa, yan po yung cumulative frequency. Ito po yung 21. Kaya 21 po dyan. And then yung 10 is the frequency. Ito po yung frequency ng kung saan yung lower limit natin. 29.5 plus 20 over 10. 29.5 plus 2 is equal to 31.5 percentile 50. Next po is percentile 80 or 80th percentile. 80n, so error lang po to, no? 100 po dapat to. 80n divide 100 is equal to 80 times 50 divide 100. 4,000 divide 100 is equal to 40. Saan nagpo-fall yung 40? Andito po siya. So ito yung gagamitin natin na lower limit kasi andito yung 40. So 35 to 39. 35 minus 0.5 is 34.5, kaya po 34.5. 40 minus 31, divide 11, multiply by the interval. So yung 31 is the low cumulative frequency and 11 is the frequency. 34.5 plus 9 divide 11 multiply by 5. 34.5 plus 45 over 11 is equal to 34.5 plus 4.09. The 80th percentile or the percentile 80 is equal to 38.59. So yan po yung pag-compute ng percentiles for group data, deciles for group data, and quartiles for group data. So konting flashback po tayo doon kanina sa ungroup data. Ang kailangan po natin tandaan is we need to arrange the scores from lowest to highest bago tayo mag-execute ng formula. And then dito naman po sa group data, tandaan natin yung pagkuha ng lower limit kung saan natin kukunin. And then doon sa pagkuha ng lower limit, kailangan natin malocate kung asan yung lower limit and then yung cumulative frequency and the frequency. So yan po ang measures of central location. As mentioned kanina, ginagamit siya sa pag-divide ng distribution into subgroups. That would be all. Thank you for listening and God bless.